Hi there, friend. It's Amanda Johnson here, and we are going to talk about your favorite topic today, compliance. Oh my goodness, don't you just love that word? It just rolls off the tongue beautifully. No, it doesn't. We don't like talking about compliance, but compliance is a really important part of our business. It's important for you to know what you can and cannot do in your Scentsy business to make sure that you maintain a great reputation with Scentsy and with your customers. So today we're going to encourage you to be smart and don't make it awkward. We'll get into the awkward part later, but for now, let's talk about the 6 top compliance issues and how you can stay on the up and up. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 is you cannot post personal inventory for sale on social media sites, in buy and sell groups, or on sites like eBay. Now, that means if you've got something sitting around that you'd like to get rid of, maybe some bars or warmers, or you just like to, make some extra cash, you cannot use these methods to sell that product. So you can't post pictures and say, hey, I have this for sale for $20. That's not within compliance. You can also not post them on eBay or things like yard sale pages or Craigslist. That's just not good, guys. But what you can use these places for is to promote your catalog, the joint opportunity, book parties, or offer free samples. Now, you're still saying, Amanda, I have that stuff. I want to be able to get rid of it. Well, you definitely can still do that. But how you need to go about that is by private message. So send some private messages, email, text, to your customers, to your friends and family, and let them know you have those items for sale, but just don't post it on social media or on any of these sites. Number 2, you cannot put product for sale in a retail location. This means things like any kind of like store or a salon or a flea market type situation where you're going to put product on a shelf, someone can walk in, pay for that product, and walk out of it. That's considered a retail location. Now, what you can do in these locations is set up a display with your information and a few products as an example of what you offer, as long as they cannot buy those products right there and walk off with them. Scentsy is designed to be a product that people do through doing home parties, through doing book parties and the like. And if we made it okay for them to sell in retail stores, like if you and I could just sell in retail stores, then what would keep our customers coming back to us? The opportunity would be so much more tricky to do, right? Orville and Heidi are really, really focused on this being an opportunity for everybody to have huge success in. And if somebody can just go set up a store, well, then we lose business, right? So don't put items for sale in a store, but do set up a display. The next thing you cannot do is use the word Scentsy in the title of your business page, VIP page, or event on social media. So we're going to use Facebook, for instance. If you're going to set up an online party on Facebook, or you're going to set up a business page or VIP page, you cannot say Amanda's Awesome Scentsy page, especially if your name's not Amanda, or use Scentsy in the title of that. Now, the instance where you can use it in combination with your name. So, for instance, if I were going to set one of these pages up, I could say Amanda Johnson, Independent Scentsy Consultant, and that could be the title of my page. But you cannot use the word Scentsy unless you're going to tag Independent Consultant along with it. Now, what you also can do is make up a clever name like Susie Sensational Party or Amanda Sensational VIP Group. Those names are totally okay, but you just cannot use the word Scentsy in those titles because that's their name, not yours. The next one, you cannot offer personal specials on social media. This means if it can't be purchased from the catalog, don't post it. This includes your private business pages, VIP pages, and private online events. And I know I have many of you ask me sometimes, well, but I've got a private event going on, maybe a party on Facebook. Can I post a special there? No, you cannot, because it's still not considered a private forum. I know in the world of Facebook it seems like it, but really it isn't. And so you could not offer personal specials, say like 10 bars for 45, or those different kinds of things where you've moved numbers around and offered something special, or maybe buy a warmer and I'm going to give you 3 bars for free. That would be considered a personal special. You cannot post that on any public forum, social media or otherwise. What you can do is offer whatever you want through personal message, text, email, etc. as long as it is shared privately, kind of like when you were trying to sell that inventory a little while ago. You can offer anything as long as it's done privately. You just can't post it publicly. The next thing you cannot do when doing a vendor fair, you cannot set up another product brand at your table along with your Scentsy products. This is considered cross-promoting. So if you sell for another company, another brand, you cannot put your products, your Scentsy products, and those other products on the same table at a vendor fair. Really, you're not supposed to have anything that is cross-promoting. So you want to be sure that your table at your vendor fair is really down to one product. This gives your customers focus. It lets them know that you're really feel confident in your product and your brand. You can take full advantage of this opportunity by focusing on what is more important. This shows potential customers that you are committed, like I just said, to what you are offering, and is really less confusing. You will actually be more successful by focusing on one thing. Imagine, you go into a vendor fair and you see a table that's got 6 different, product lines on it. Well, you're kind of thinking, well, one of these must have not been good enough if they had to do the other 5, right? So not only will it be better for your business, but it actually is against compliance for you to have 2 different brands set up at one table. I know it's it's enticing when you have a friend that's going to be doing a vendor fair and you guys want to split the cost and share the booth. But again, it's out of compliance, so just don't do it. The next thing is you cannot offer another product you sell to your teammates or customers unless you knew them previous to Scentsy. Now, this is just a matter of respect, right? If you gain a bunch of new customers and you mail these teammates through Scentsy, it's not okay for you to go take your other product that you sell and go try and sell it to them, right? That's taking advantage of the opportunity that Scentsy's given you to sell for something else. And so they just ask you, out of respect for them, out of respect for your customers and your teammates, please don't offer what you have to those people unless you knew them previously to Scentsy. Now, I would say the loophole to this is if you become really great friends with somebody that you create a bond that is outside of Scentsy, whether it be through family or you guys have something else in common, and you guys become friends, that's kind of a different issue. That's not really what we're talking about here, but we're just saying don't throw your other business card in with your Scentsy orders trying to sell another product. Your customers came to you for Scentsy. You know your teammates because of Scentsy, and so it's not fair to them for you to try and sell something else to them unless you guys have a genuine relationship already. You can stay focused and committed, but don't become Walmart. Become the specialty boutique everybody loves. Again, I covered this just a minute ago. When you sell for so many different products, it really becomes confusing for your customers. It also becomes really tricky for you because then you have to try to keep up with lots of different things, right? And so you're taking care of more than one business and more than one set of rules and more than one product, and it really can become exhausting. And the other thing I want to be sure and cover, going back on that topic, is one quote that I heard the other day that I thought was so great, and it basically says it's really hard to ride a two horses with one hiney. And that just means, oh my goodness, that just means that it really is hard to focus on one good thing and do it well if your attention is distracted, right? So I really want to encourage you to be smart and focus on whatever is the most important thing to you. Now, a minute ago I talked about being smart and don't make it awkward, and here's where awkwardness comes in. As your leaders, we have a responsibility to Scentsy and to you and to your customers to make sure that when we see you doing something that maybe isn't within compliance, that we have to kind of come and have a really awkward chat with you. We have to say, oh, hey, so-and-so, oh, you set up a table with more than one product, or you offered personal special when you shouldn't have. And listen, we don't like doing it. You don't like hearing it. So we just ask that you stay within compliance, that you listen to these rules, think about what you can do instead of what you cannot, and then all of us can just live happily, and there'll be no awkward, really uncomfortable moments, okay? All right, so I hope you guys have a great day. I hope all these made sense for you. If you have any questions at any time, don't forget to come and ask us. We are here for you to support you, lead you, guide you, and make sure that you have a successful business.